Hello everyone, this is Mario, and welcome to the second episode of my Groupama FDJ career in Pro Cycling Manager 2019. So it took me a while to be able to record this episode. The time wasn't really available for me to do so, but finally I'm bringing you the second episode of this career mode. And I would like to start this episode by thanking you for the amazing feedback I got from you from the first episode of this career. I really appreciate all the comments coming from you guys. It really helps me to be motivated to do this, and it also helps me to try to improve the videos so that you can enjoy them even further. So a big thank you for all your feedback and positive comments either on YouTube or on Discord. Another thing that I would like to say is that, most of you know about the unfortunate events that took place in the Tour de Pologne recently with the death of Björn Lambrecht. So I would also like to give my deepest condolences to the family and friends of Björn. And for this series, I considered for a while what I should do about the presence of Lambrecht in my videos. And I think that for now, at least, I will keep him in the game. I will see if I can deal with the fact that he's still going to show up in my videos. And if I can keep him in the game, this will be kind of my tribute to him. And the most likely thing is that I will keep him until the end of the season, and then he will retire at the time. If you guys think I should do something different, also tell me what you think. I may change my mind. I'm really hoping for your comments on this matter. Now, going to the game itself, in the past few weeks, I made a few changes on the planning of the season. Nothing too dramatic, but now I have the complete season already planned, so all the races are attributed to all riders in the team. I did make a few changes in the Giro d'Italia. Initially, I was going to have the team completely focused on Arnaud Démare and in the sprint stages, but then I thought that, it would be kind of nice to have riders that could do something in mountain stages. Those are the most entertaining stages usually. So I decided to add Sebastian Reichenbach and Valentin Madois to the team. I don't really expect them to try to win the GC, of course. I may try to aim a top 10 finish with Reichenbach. It's not going to be easy at all. But depending on how the race goes, I may actually target the mountain jersey or some stage wins by going in the breakaway in the mountain stages. So I have a bit more of a mixed team for the Giro d'Italia. I also set a few training camps already. So 2 training camps for the Tour de France and Giro d'Italia are already booked. And I also booked a team time trial training camp for some of my riders so that they can help the team in mainly the Tour de France and La Volta. Additionally, I also made a few adjustments in the training of my team. I also hired a few more staff, some new scouts, and also a new doctor to be with the team during the season. So yeah, those were the main changes that I did in the past few days of the game. So now let's go to the racing. And as I said at the end of the previous video, in this video I'm going to record and show you the Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race and also the Volta a la Comunitat Valenciana. So the first one is a World Tour race, the second one in Australia, and I'm going to target it with Marc Sarreux and Valentin Madois mainly. And then I'm going to record the Comunitat Valenciana. It's a 2.1 race, but it's going to be the first one in the calendar of Thibaut Pinot this season. So I'm really interested in that. and the parkour is quite nice, I think. It starts with a team time trial, then a mountain stage in the second one, then a flat stage, a hilly stage with a steep climb near the end, and then another flat stage in the end. So going to the CAD 11's Great Ocean Road Race, the game suggests the sprinters as the favorites for today. I have Marktsache in the top 10 favorites for the race, although if some attacks occur in the final circuit where we have some hills, I might change my mind and actually target to win this with Volta Madois. So here we are starting the CAD 11's Great Ocean Road Race. 175 kilometers for the riders, and today I'm not going to take any riders in the breakaway. I don't really think there's a point in that, so I will focus everything on Sarre and Madois. It's kind of unfortunate that both of them have a -1 race day condition today. Let's hope that doesn't really influence the race too much. So there was a fall. One of my riders fell. Kilian Franchini is still in the race. Everyone is still in the race. So I don't think there are any important riders. Well, we have Amund Grondal Jansen here. He could be an important rider for Jumbo Visma in this one, but none of the top favorites fell. So we are now 22 kilometers from the finish, and I'm starting to think that Volta Madois is actually going to be my best chance to take the win here. So I actually consider trying to push the pace a bit before that big climb there. Well, it's not a big climb, but the biggest of the climbs that are left in this race, and to try to stretch the peloton and leave the sprinters behind, and then try to win this with Madois. So I'm now trying to push the pace with Olgaard at the front of the peloton, trying to keep my other riders on his wheel. Let's see if I can stretch this a bit, but it's definitely not strong enough here. Let's see what I can do. Let's increase the effort by Sarre. I don't want him to get dropped here. Let's see, Olgaard survived here. Let's now drop this to 90 during this downhill section here, and 10 kilometers to go. Let's now try to push the pace with Ludvigsen. Olgaard is done for the race. Let's give some energy gels here to Ludvigsen as well. Other teams are starting, trying to pace as well. Let's increase the effort now a bit with Ludvigsen. I don't know if this is going to work the way I want this to work, actually. Other riders are attacking. Oh, I did not really see that one coming. Let's try to do this. We are together in the front. Oh, we got away. We got away from the others. Oh, this might work. This might actually work. Let's increase the effort now with Ladagnu. Oh, I didn't notice that Ludvigsen was too short of energy. Let's go to 95 now with Ladagnu. Let's try to win this with Volta Madois. 99 now, 2.6 kilometers to go. This might be too early. Oh, no. I don't know if this is going to work. 1.5 kilometers to go. Who is here? Merlier. Let's sprint now with Volta Madois. Oh, I'm not going to take this one. I am. Volta Madois is going to win the CAD 11's Great Ocean Road Race. Yes. Ahead of Christopher Alverson and Jasper de Buist. The first win of the season for Groupama FDJ, Volta Madois in the CAD 11's Great Ocean Road Race. We broke the peloton with the increased pace near the end, and Madois took advantage of that. Here is the replay. Merlier was going faster, but he was out of energy just before the top of that hill, and Volta Madois had enough in the tank to take the win, and it's the first win for Groupama FDJ. What a win! The strategy worked perfectly. Volta Madois wins this one for Groupama FDJ, so it was the right call to go for Madois instead of going for Marktsache. And the final race in Australia for this season brought the first win for Groupama FDJ. courtesy of Valentin Madois. Near the end, I thought Team Merlier would take the win. He looked like he was faster in the end, but he was too tired and could not keep up with Valentin Madois, who took an incredible win. So after winning the first race of the season, we are now at that time of the year where we select the national team we will control in the World Championships. And being in control of Groupama FDJ, there is no other logical choice than to take the control of the French national team for the World Championships. So we finally reached the 3rd of February 2019 and the first day of the Volta a la Comunitat Valenciana. So as I said before, this first stage is a team time trial, and I'm bringing a few riders that can help Thibaut Pinot in this one. The game actually considers my team as the second best in this race, behind Team Ineos. So let's see what I can do in this one. So the team time trial is now starting. Education First is the first one to start this time trial, and my team is actually going to be the last one. So let's see how this goes. So my team will start the time trial really soon. At the moment, Education First is the fastest in the finish line, and the fastest in the intermediate checkpoint is Team Ineos. So we are now starting. Let's see how this goes. Some of the riders are not having the best race day condition today, but still, well, let's try to do the best we can. And right now, Team Ineos is the fastest in the finish line, 26 seconds faster than the Education First. It would not be a bad result to be around, let's say, 20 seconds behind Team Ineos in this one. So my team is now approaching the intermediate checkpoint. Let's see how it's doing. And only 6 seconds slower than Team Ineos. Wow, that's quite good. So 1.5 kilometers to go now. I'm going to try to do the remaining kilometers with Sebastian Reichenbach. He's feeling good. Let's see. We are reaching the finish line and second place, 19 seconds behind. So it wasn't the worst result, a bit worse than I was expecting midway through the race. But in the beginning, I said 20 seconds to Team Ineos was a good result, and I got 19 behind. And with this result, Gianni Moscon is going to be wearing the yellow jersey in the second stage of the race. So it was a nice performance by my team. Oh, and I didn't notice this, that Thibaut Pinot and Rudy Mollard actually were dropped in the end. So Pinot lost 2 more seconds and Rudy Mollard lost 4 to the remaining riders of the team. It's not ideal, but well, I still think that Thibaut Pinot is the clear favorite to win this Volta a la Comunitat Valenciana. And after a strong team performance in the Stage 1 team time trial, we are now going to ride the Queen stage of this race. It's a mountain stage with a summit finish, and I do expect Thibaut Pinot to win this stage. So the stage is now beginning. I'm going to focus everything on Thibaut Pinot in this one. He's having a 0 race day condition, so it's not beneficial, but it's not harmful as well. So I will focus everything on Pinot and not take any riders in the breakaway. I didn't mention it earlier, but the main contenders of the other teams are Wout Poels from Team Ineos, also TJ van Garderen and Michael Woods from Education First. Movistar with Richard Carapaz are also trying to go for the GC in this one. So with a bit less than 100 kilometers to go in this stage, we have 4 riders in the breakaway, 2 minutes ahead of the peloton, which is starting now this category 2 climb. It's quite steep, so I will increase the efforts of my riders a bit here. Not too much, I don't want to waste too much energy with them. The pace is quite slow at the moment. So we are now 20 kilometers from the finish of this stage. The riders in the breakaway were already caught by the peloton. The pace increased quite a bit in the past few kilometers, and we are now on the bottom of the climb that is going to take the riders to the finish line. So the fun is about to begin. So I'm now putting Marc Sarre in the front of the peloton to try to increase the pace a bit, as I keep my main riders Reichenbach, Mollard, and of course Thibaut Pinot here in the front of the peloton. I don't want to be surprised by anyone else, so let's try to control this pace with Marc Sarre in the front and to put some pressure in the Ineos riders. So I'm now pacing with Miles Scotson, 9.6 kilometers to go still. So things are looking pretty okay to Thibaut Pinot at the moment. Soon Scotson will be out of energy, of course. So let's use some energy gels here, also in the riders that are protecting. So we have attacks. Thomas again, Michael Woods is going. So I need to go with Thibaut Pinot now. Let's try and take him to the front. Maybe I should actually go with Rudy Mollard with Thibaut Pinot on his wheel and try to keep Sebastian Reichenbach here close to the front of the race. Let's also put him behind Rudy Mollard. I'm not a huge fan of mountain trains, but I'm going to try to use that now. 6 kilometers to go. Let's increase the pace now a bit with Rudy Mollard and give the energy gel to Sebastian Reichenbach. Let's see how this goes. We have Castroviejo on the wheel of Thibaut Pinot. So 3.5 kilometers to go now. Let's increase the pace significantly with Rudy Mollard and then go with Sebastian Reichenbach. Let's go now at 95 with Reichenbach with Thibaut Pinot on his wheel. Let's see how this goes. Let's drop Rudy Mollard now. We don't really need him anymore. And soon, well, let's go 99 now with Reichenbach. And 1 kilometer to go. Let's sprint with Thibaut Pinot now. Richard Carapaz is also trying to go for the win. And Carapaz is going to take the win. Oh, I left it too late. Carapaz wins ahead of Thibaut Pinot and Wout Poels is third in the stage. I don't know if there will be any gaps in the stage. We do take some time over Wout Poels because of the bonus time in the end. So Richard Carapaz takes the win ahead of Thibaut Pinot and Wout Poels. There were unfortunately no time gaps between the top riders in this stage. So for the next stage, Wout Poels is now going to be the new leader of the GC. Richard Carapaz is going to be wearing the best climber jersey in the next stage. Carapaz is also the top rider in the points classification, so Pinot is going to be the one wearing the points classification jersey in the third stage. And the best young rider is still Gianni Moscon, now almost 2 minutes ahead of Luis Villalobos. So I was expecting a win by Pinot in this stage. I should have attacked way sooner with Pinot. But Carapaz did it first. He was the first one to sprint for the finish line and took advantage of that and won the stage. So after a bit of a disappointment in the second stage of the Volta la Comunitat Valenciana, I'm now going to the first of the two sprinter-friendly stages in this race, and it's going to be a chance for Marc Sarre to take the win here. So the stage is now beginning. Heavy rain today. So let's see how Marc Sarre is going to do in this stage. He's having a -1 race day condition, but he is one of the top sprinters in this race. So 8 kilometers to go now. Let's start to increase the pace a bit with Miles Scotson at the front of the peloton. We have Rudy Mollard on his wheel, then Anthony Roux, and finally Marc Sarre. So let's see how this goes. Let's start giving the energy gels to my riders. Now Anthony Roux and finally to Marc Sarre. Let's also do the same to my other riders. Let's now go all out with Miles Scotson and try to set this already for Rudy Mollard. 2.8 kilometers to go. Let's go with Rudy Mollard now at 99. And with Anthony Roux, let's start sprinting now. And Marc Sarre will start sprinting now. Let's see, can he take the stage win? He's not going to win it. It's going to be Soto. Nelson Andrés Soto takes the win. I left it too late with Marc Sarre. That was a shame, yet so much energy left. So Nelson Andrés Soto takes the win for Caja Rural ahead of Marc Sarre. I should have taken the win in this one. And so 3 stages, 3 second places. I got the second place in the team time trial in the first stage, then a second place with Thibaut Pinot in the second stage, and now a second place with Marc Sarre in the third stage. So after being really close to a stage win in the first 3 stages of this race, but without actually managing it, can I take the stage win in the fourth stage? Pinot is again the top favorite for the win, so let's try to take advantage of that in that final category 1 climb of this stage, and to take enough time from Woodpools to take the leader's jersey after this stage. So the riders are now departing for the fourth stage of the Volta la Comunitat Valenciana, and today, fortunately, Thibaut Pinot and Sebastian Reichenbach are both having a +1 race day condition, so it's going to be ideal, I expect, for Thibaut Pinot. Let's see if I can take advantage of that. And today we have a beautiful sunny day after a torrential rain from the previous day. So in this rather short stage, we have today 8 riders in the breakaway, 3 minutes ahead of the peloton at the moment, and the best positioned rider in the GC is Angel Madrazo from Burgos. He is 2 minutes and 42 seconds behind Woodpools. So we are now 10 kilometers from the finish of this stage. We are getting close to the climb, the category 1 climb. As you can see, it's really scary. The slope of this climb is really high. So let's see if we can do the best we can with Thibaut Pinot here so that he can take the stage win today. So we are now starting the climb. I'm going to pace in the front with Anthony Roux. Let's try to go at 95 with Rudy Mollard on his wheel so that he can then do some work later. And actually, well, maybe the climb is too short to do that, I think. Let's actually pace with Sebastian Reichenbach now, and let's drop Roux and Mollard. I don't really want them to be doing anything, so let's try to push. Oh, Thibaut Pinot is not on the wheel of Reichenbach. I thought he was on the wheel of Reichenbach. I completely missed this. So 1.7 kilometers to go now. Let's try to go all out with Thibaut Pinot. I think I ruined this already. Let's go at 85 now. Michael Woods is on the wheel of Thibaut Pinot. Still 1 kilometer to go in the climb. Let's try to see what I can do. Woodpools is still coming back to the wheel of Thibaut Pinot. Let's try an attack right now. Let's see if Pinot has enough in the tank to take the win. Let's go all out now. I think it's going to work. Richard Carapaz is trying to follow. Pinot is going to be the first one at the top of the climb. Let's see if this is going to work for Thibaut Pinot. He opened a gap of 15 seconds to Richard Carapaz, a bit more to Woodpools. Let's see. Pinot is taking the stage win, and Richard Carapaz is second. Woodpools is going to be third. I don't think this is enough to take the GC, but at least I finally managed to take a stage win in the Volta la Comunitat Valenciana. So Thibaut Pinot takes the stage win, and he gets 16 seconds over Woodpools, plus the 10. Oh, I don't know, this is going to be really close. I think Thibaut Pinot might get the GC here. And Thibaut Pinot is leading the GC 3 seconds ahead of Woodpools, 27 ahead of Richard Carapaz. The gap was enough. Thibaut Pinot is also the new leader of the mountain classification, and in the points classification is only 1 point behind of Richard Carapaz, who is the leader. So even though this stage was not played to perfection, I didn't really do what I wanted to do in the end. I thought Pinot was on the wheel of Sebastian Reichenbach, but he wasn't. But still, I managed to win the stage with Thibaut Pinot. I got the gap I needed to Wout Poels to take the leader's jersey. So now Thibaut Pinot is leading 3 seconds ahead of Wout Poels, and with a flat stage in the final day of the race, I'm sure that Thibaut Pinot is going to hold on to this lead. And also mainly due to the strong performance by Sebastian Reichenbach in this previous stage, I am now leading the team's classification as well. So now going to the final stage of this race, it's going to start and finish in Valencia, and I really want to take another stage win. It's an opportunity for Marc Sarre to take the win here, and that would wrap up a splendid performance by Groupama FDJ in this Volta la Comunitat Valenciana. So we have another beautiful sunny day to wrap up this race. Thibaut Pinot with his yellow jersey in the front of the peloton, and I'm so fortunate that today is the day that is having a -3 race day condition. If it was yesterday, that would have been problematic. But well, fortunately today that this is probably not going to be a big problem for Pinot. Marc Sarre is on a 0 race day condition, so let's see if I can try to take the stage win with him this time. So today we have 6 riders in the breakaway group. No one here is really threatening the GC, and the biggest threat to the mountain classification would be Oldani, although on 16 points he can only take 6 more, so it will be 22 points max at the end of this stage and the race, and Thibaut Pinot is currently leading with 28 points, so he is going to be the one taking the mountain classification. So we are now about 15 kilometers away from the finish line. I already set my sprint train to Marc Sarre, so let's see if this is the one where I'm going to take a win in the sprint. Now 8.5 kilometers to go, I will start increasing the pace with Miles Scotson. Let's already prepare Rudy Mollard here and Anthony Roux as well, so that they can take over as soon as Miles Scotson is out of energy. Let's start using the energy gels now. Let's go to 95 now with Rudy Mollard, and energy gel on Anthony Roux, and now on Marc Sarre. Let's keep this at 95, 4.5 kilometers to go still. This is still looking good. Let's now go all out with Rudy Mollard, 3.5 kilometers to go. Soon Anthony Roux will take over. Let's now go all out with Anthony Roux, 2.1 kilometers now. Let's start sprinting now with Anthony Roux, and let's go now with Marc Sarre. Can he take the win here? Oh, this is not going to work. And the winner is Davide Cimolai, ahead of Juan José Lobato, and Marc Sarre was only third. I don't really know what went wrong here. I thought I could take the stage win with Marc Sarre. So Davide Cimolai wins the final stage of the Volta la Comunitat Valenciana. Thibaut Pinot is the winner of the general classification in this stage race, 3 seconds ahead of Wout Poels from Team Ineos, 27 ahead of Richard Carapaz from Movistar. Sebastian Reichenbach also managed a top 5 finish. He was 4th in the GC. Pinot also takes the mountain classification with the same number of points as Richard Carapaz, and the winner of the points classification is Carapaz, 1 point ahead of Thibaut Pinot. The best young rider was since day one Gianni Moscon, and the best team in the race was my team Groupama FDJ. And so we reached the end of the Volta la Comunitat Valenciana. It was quite good, I think, the performance of my team. We got the GC with Thibaut Pinot, also the mountain classification with Thibaut Pinot, and the team classification. We also won stage 4 with Thibaut Pinot. And so with this one, I finished this episode. It was quite good in terms of results for the team. we won the Cadel Great Ocean Road Race with Valenta Madua, and then we took the GC in the Volta la Comunitat Valenciana with Thibaut Pinot, who also won a stage in this race. So yeah, I'm really happy with the results I got in this one. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you did, please click the like button. Also, please comment below. Tell me what you think about this episode. Give me your feedback. I would love to keep hearing from you so that you can help me improve the videos. And also, the interaction with you is really, really good. By the time I'm finishing recording this episode, my channel is on 96 subscribers. I know it doesn't really sound spectacular in terms of YouTube, but for me, it means really a lot. We are reaching almost 100 subscribers. So yeah, a big thank you for every single one of you. And if you are one of those who haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I would really love to see you come back for more Pro Cycling Manager content. On the next one, I will most likely ride the UAE Tour and the Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. And so I hope to see you all for the next episode of my Groupama FDJ career in Pro Cycling Manager. Bye!